Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the New York Jets. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Ready to break.
Line 5. Here we go. Strong left, strong left, strong left. 4 down, 4 down. Alert.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
That's right.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up second and 4 at the 30-yard line.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Mark 5. Mark 5. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Hey, Sam off.
Slam, slam.
Fire.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got him in, Corey Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 47.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
I'm coming after you.
Running the jet sweep with Jones. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
12 at the Packers' 49-yard line.
We go. 70, Indy. Hey, Delta.
Let's bring it.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Complete to Jones. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Preston Smith there on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
80 weapons. Hey, exit. Let's go.
They'll drop the throw. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Jason Myers now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go. Slam.
Right left.
Check 13. Live. Check 26. Check 26. Check 15. Check 15.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, check 26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money, because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Set. 15 line. 15 line.
Here we go.
Ready.
Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 38.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Got it.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Joker.
Bam. Hey, zoom.
5, Mike.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy. and that's what they're doing early in this game.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
61, matchbox white. Number 50. Hey, you block over here.
Now it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Rodgers going to throw. It's caught by OBJ. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Rodgers now to throw. He finds Beckham, complete. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to.
Go.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing now is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, and big people always end up winning games for you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, Alpha.
2nd and 6. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Haywood.
Now back to throw. It's caught by Davis. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally.
Let's go now. 10 over.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Bell slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Hey, Echo.
2nd and 11. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
You draw Porter.
52. 52's the mic. Here we go, D.
Yeah, Liz.
Now this time, Rodgers will throw. He finds his target, Beckham. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll bring out 4 receivers, 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4.
Five.
I hope you brought your left, 'cause I'm about to take you through.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Throwing is Rodgers. This complete to Jones. And a big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field. This is in the area where it might be coming back. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey, 626.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. That one good for 26 and a first down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Shotgun now for Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A beautiful fake. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Rodgers. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Packers. Odell Beckham, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Get 300. Get 300.
teams always want to send messages. I think that was quite a statement there to start the third quarter.
Yeah, less than a minute in, already that quick, long strike. They are setting the tone for the second half. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Williams gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
He's coming. We got double up.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Inside. Hey, high 7. Can I do it? You can't block me. You can't block me. 52. Can I do it?
Now Rodgers. Flushed out right. It's caught. Beckham. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Uncorks one for Davis. And now here is another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
Strong right. Strong right. Everyone, you got 4 down.
26.
On 1st down, Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the touchdown, Packers. Odell Beckham. His third touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 2nd and 3. They'll buy some time right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side.
Complete that time. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Blue 58. White 52. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And some space here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. 25 yards the pick up there, and also a first down.
White 52. White 52. No. Check. Check 30. Hot. Whip. Greystone travel.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
At the 20-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check. Strong left. On the ball. Hey, Wahoo! Get it.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Kirksey able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Plant. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Back north. Bravo. Look at it.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Rodgers. It's caught by OBJ. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
He's checking. Over.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. The extra point now coming from Myers. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. 23 yards on the play. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And the cut. Odell Beckham Jr. It's a big play that time for the Packers. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Complete to Jones. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Go!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Sliding out of the pocket. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And they will take a knee here. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. And they take a knee. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.